In this video, we're going to have practice showing possession using the word de and using our possessive pronouns. If you're not familiar with what the possessive pronouns are or how the word de works, then you need to look at the video on showing possessions or expressing possessions with our possessive pronouns. So if you haven't seen that video, look at it first, otherwise this one may prove to be a little difficult. Okay, on a piece of paper, and if you're in Gardner's Spanish 1 class, you will want to get one of his little sheets of paper. See if you can translate these sentences into Spanish. And there are some new words in here for some of you, so let's take a little look at the different vocabulary that may have been unfamiliar or maybe you've forgotten. Esta and este, over on the left, both mean this. Este is if it's a masculine noun. Esta means this if it's a feminine. And then we have ese or esa, which means that. And ese is for masculine nouns, esa is for feminine. Television, of course, is feminine. And then for those of you who may have forgotten, book is libro, notebook is cuaderno, pencil is lápiz. Pencil's masculine, cuaderno's masculine, libro's masculine. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is stop the video right now and see if you can put these into Spanish. Number 1, este es el libro de Samuel. This is Samuel's book. Notice we use de Samuel instead of the apostrophe s as we do in English. And notice that the word book follows the word Samuel's in English. But in Spanish it's reversed around. It's el libro, the book, de Samuel, of Samuel. Literally, this is the book of Samuel. Number 2, this is his book. Este es su libro. This is his book. Su is the word for his. This is my notebook. Este es mi cuaderno. Mi is the word for my. Is that your pencil? Es este tu lápiz? It's este because lápiz is masculine. And tu, without the accent, is your, if you're talking to a friend of yours. Is this your pencil? Es este tu lápiz? Well, wait a minute. But what if you're talking to Mr. Gardner, who is not your friend? Then you would say, es este su lápiz? Su can also mean your, besides meaning his or her. If you're talking to somebody who is not your friend, or you're showing more respect for that person. That is our television. Esa es nuestra televisión. Nuestra is the word for our. And even if you were a boy, in this case, you would use nuestra because the A on the end is describing the object, that is television. Televisión, in Spanish, is a feminine word, and therefore it requires the word nuestra. Even if you are a group of boys that own that television, it's still nuestra televisión, because that A on the end describes television, not the people that own it. Okay, let's take a look at some more. Okay, instead of sentences, let's just use some phrases here. Okay? And so put these into Spanish. Let's review some of the vocabulary which you may not be totally familiar with. Policía is police. Carro is one of the words for car. I prefer the word coche, but carro is generally easier to remember. It's masculine, of course. Mochila is backpack, feminine noun. Casa is house. Computadora is computer. And pueblo is town. Okay, see if you can put these into Spanish. Okay, the police car. El carro de la policía. Literally, the car of the police. El carro de la policía. Her backpack. Su mochila. Their house. Su casa. Now you're going to say, wait a minute, Gardner. Su means her. Su means their. Su can also mean his. Su can also mean your if you're talking to somebody that you use usted with. So if they just come out of sky blue and say, su casa, how do you know if it's his, her, or your, or their? Well, you have to see here the context in which it appears. Su can be a confusing word. And so just looking at the word su casa, you don't know whether it's his house, their house, your house, or her house. So you have to listen to the rest of the conversation to find out which one of those they are talking about. Su can be confusing. How about Mr. Gardner's computer? La computadora del Señor Gardner. How about our town? Nuestro pueblo. Pueblo is a masculine word, so it has to be nuestro instead of nuestra. Even if you are a group of girls and you say this is our town, it would still be nuestro because the O on the end describes pueblo, which is a masculine word. It doesn't describe the people to whom it belongs to. It describes the O goes with pueblo, which is masculine. Okay, thanks for practicing in this video, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.